I didn't want to stop the music again. They're just so good. Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion. Good day to you, Thindle. I hope you are well on this fantastic Monday. Oh, such a nice song. Piggy Bank reference. Hi. Hello, happy Monday to everyone. We are looking out of a window somewhere in no, I pushed refresh. That was the wrong button. We're now looking out of a window somewhere in Buxton, UK. Such a pretty little window. All right, let's move on. Let's get started with today. Today, I will be continuing on the journey with the financial management redesign, financial management app redesign. I'm going to go ahead and get started by creating a new component. And this component is simply going to be the hero card background. And the reason I want to make it a component is so that when I make one change to one of them, it'll affect all of them. So if I copy this and I paste or replace you, I'm not going to want to do it that way. And the reason that I don't want to do it, but I kind of do. I don't want to do it that way because I'll lose the contents and the naming of the thing. So I'll still do it and I'll just rename it as I do it. And taking control, jealousy, turning saints into the sea. Okay. You are going to need one as well, but I'm going to take the contents out first. Like so. And then put it somewhere where it doesn't belong. It's you, piggy bank money in, Control-Shift-R. Hopefully everything is coming through okay. I was getting some bitrate stuff that was in the red, and it kind of seemed like my internet was doing that thing where all of the streaming stuff is just laggy. It seems to be fine now. I was trying to watch that Tim Corey video that Dukasoft posted in the Discord, the one with all of the tweaks and changes he makes to his Visual Studio. I'm pretty happy with the ones that I've made, but I was just looking out for any recommendations, I don't know what it's called, tips, any things that I have not seen yet. Oh, right. When I do that, that's not going to work. That's going to be my background. Dang it. I forgot that the content inside of the frame is going to be what matters. So what I would prefer to do with this then is add a property called hero card type. And this first one is going to be a value of piggy bank money in. And I want another variant called taking control. So piggy bank money in. This one goes inside here. Like so. Taking control is the one that you are. And so now you are piggy bank money in. Correct. We need one for line chart. And we need one for payment action. Okay, and we'll do all of our work on these instead, so I can get rid of those. And then we will create an instance for each of these. We will create an instance. We will create an instance. No. We will create an instance. There we go. This, call this one piggy bank in, duplicate. Taking control. Duplicate. Line chart and payment action. Okay, we'll make these instances line up. Payment action. Oh dear. I got good aim today. Taking control and piggy bank money in is good. I need 2 copies of these, so I will duplicate again. Or actually I won't. I'll just copy. Paste to replace. Control Shift R, man. Control Shift R. Copy. Which one of you guys is taking control? Line chart. Taking control. Line chart. And payment action. Okay, and then because I am lazy, I'm going to take the entire hero section here and paste to replace here. And that way we are now synchronized. Do a little bit of cleanup. Put you over. I don't. Component, get out of there. Go down here. But I want to be able to see this up here at the same time, so I don't know, whatever. You're gonna have to be inside the group so I can see. What I would like to do is change the background of all of these so that they, oh, and I should have done this first. They use a color, a fill of hero card background. So to do that, we need a variable called hero card background color. And is there any way to make this a gradient? Oh man, I don't think so. Yeah, I think instead I need to create a style. All right, fine. But it's more than just a style. It's the whole thing. All right, I'm going to do this on one of them. Yes, this is Figma. And hello, watch me lurking. I'm trying to get better at Figma. I'm trying to overall get better at UI and UX design, which is why we're going through this entire redesign process for an application that we already created on stream. If you're interested in it, you can see it here. It is open source. And so what we're doing is we're going from the original design. That's some crappy UI, or it's not that he's a crappy UI developer or anything. It's that he doesn't have experience in UI and UX and cares more about functionality and getting an application put together that works really well and is usable and looks okay-ish, but then that's it. That's the extent of the other developer, the one that came before us. And of course, the other developer was me. So I'm allowed to talk about myself like that. So now we are acting as if the client that hired that other developer to create their core application is now hiring us to do the UI UX redesign of the application. They want it to look better. They want to attract people. So we are going through the process of being that UI UX designer, creating the Figma designs. Then they'll hire probably the same UI developer that did this because they were happy with his work, to implement the design that we're creating as designers. So we're just, switching hats, putting on masks, playing roles, having fun. So let's see what we can do with this card to make it actually look like it fits the hero section. And I think what we might want to do is make it mostly translucent, mostly transparent, and then give it some glows and outer and inner glows to make it just kind of fit the style. And we're just going to play around with this until we find something that works nicely. And hello, Violet Dragon, who is not Max. I saw the calculator that you sent me in Discord. And when we get to the actual re-implementation of the application, which we're going to reuse a lot of the code, we'll review your calculator and see if your logic makes more sense than what I ended up coding in C#. And yeah, hopefully be able to integrate pieces of that into what we made. All right, so what I think I want with this is the core color to be this dark color. And actually, I want to pick it from our color palette because that's a gradient on that one. Whoa, how did that end up being lighter? Anyway, this one. Okay, so there's a nice dark purple. And like I said, we'll give it a drop shadow. We'll give it an inner glow, which is inner shadow, but with a light color. And so that inner shadow color is going to be a gradient, or just a transparent color that is going to be our light color. And we want it to be at 0, 0, and then blur a lot. This. And again, we're just playing around. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So keep an open mind. Spread doesn't work on... Oh, only when clip content is enabled. How do I enable clip content? I do not know. Okay, but it doesn't matter because we're just going to add another drop shadow. And this drop shadow is going to be, again, same color at 0, 0 with a bigger blur. And then I think we need to add a stroke in order to make it this kind of neon effect that I think I'm going for. As I'm looking at it, I'm not liking it as much, but we may as well try it. Oops. Interesting. So the inner shadow covers the stroke a lot. So if I put the stroke on the outside, that just makes it grow, and the inner shadow still covers the stroke color. Anyway, Thindle came back and said I was gone for a long time, like from just after saying hi. I had to call my local pizzeria and ask the owner to bring me a pizza when he leaves work and goes home. Cool. Violet Dragon says, mine, by the way, very risky, very hackabler. What is hackabler? Oh, very hackable, probably. Your calculator? Really? How could a calculator be hackable? Like, do you mean hackable as someone else can inject code? Maybe it doesn't have the right kind of valid input validation? Or do you mean hacky in the sense that you kind of just threw things together? Okay, so you can inject code. So you really do mean hackable. Okay. That should be fine if we can still use the core logic of it, because it'll be in C#. Okay, here's what we're gonna do though. We're gonna apply the same stroke, and so if I copy this, I right click, paste properties. It didn't do what I wanted. Oh, okay, I have to copy properties specifically first. Copy properties. Paste properties. Yeah, cool. So we'll see what all of them look like together. And I guess, I mean, you can kind of see my intent, which is to have a neon glow effect. It's not really working, is it? Like, what I really need is for this inner shadow to let the border shine through. Something more like that, but it's so weird because the inner shadow is still being on the outside of this. So it's like, instead of it being inside of the border, it's the border is part of the bounding box, and then there's the gap between the actual outside of the frame edge, and then the inner shadow goes from, it pushes that out from the border, even if I do the borders on the outside. I'm expecting the inner shadow to be in, like, the outer shadow should be here. The inner shadow should start here. Maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, it kind of is. Okay. Okay. I think it might have done what I was expecting it to that time. All right. So then we make this color. It's a beautiful color. And it's just that this drop shadow here is maybe too bright now. Oop, I'm at this one. And then this thingy. It's a little too intense. We're trying to do HDR ourselves, essentially. Okay. So not really working all that well. Watch Me Larkin says, anyone here has made a setup custom policy, claims for user roles and identity? Yes. I think I messed up my middleware. First of all, what version of .NET are you using? Hey, Xcoding. Xcoding is another amazing developer. Definitely check him out. Bam. So if you're not already following Xcoding, take a look above in chat. You'll see a heart. It's empty. Fill that heart. And then when Xcoding goes live, go check him out. I like doing shoutouts, video shoutouts. Here's what you can expect if you head over to Xcoding stream. And I forgot to fix my banner. Banner. May as well fix the text on it now too. Debugging mode on. I am doing super fantastic. We're doing pretty good with our redesign efforts for the application. I am testing out a few things just to see how it works and not liking it. Again, if anyone has design experience, I am interested to hear what processes you use when doing your redesign. Ooh, what happened up here? Aha, you're clipping. Maybe we should just go ahead and put the rest of the graphics on here so that we know what kinds of things we're working with. Something else that I'm really interested in trying is finding out if Figma has a perspective kind of transform. Because maybe what I really want to do is rotate the card on its, I don't know, that would be y-axis, I guess. Y-axis, and then maybe tilt it a little bit on X and then have the graphic be off the surface of it a little bit, maybe, which we could do ourselves. But first, let's just get some more graphics on here. So taking control, I forget what we said we had in mind for that. Line chart. Line chart is easy, so let's go ahead and do a line chart. Okay, so here it is, Web API .NET 8. So I'm not completely comfortable and familiar with .NET 8's scaffolded identity system. What I have used is Duende Identity Server in my previous applications because that's what got scaffolded with the new projects. And doing the custom roles, there are a few things that you need to add. And actually, I do have an example of a .NET 8 WebAssembly application. Let me make sure it's closed on the other computer and then I'll open it here. It is closed. Good. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I need. And hello, TBD Gamer. Fantastic stream this morning. I will still apologize for giving too many options. I try to hold back on the number of options or suggestions that I give to just one and then let someone else have their suggestions, but it was Blazor. And I love Blazor, and you're having a bad experience with Blazor, and I didn't want you to have a bad experience. I wanted it to be a good, fun experience, but it does have a pretty high barrier to entry if you're not using the scaffolded stuff as we talked about. But anyway, let me go to my Robius D drive, repos, local, net 8 with identity. Perfect. Oh, awesome. Dang, Junicus, super fast. I didn't even get a chance to clone it. If I'm not mistaken, Duende is used for Azure. It is not. It can be used anywhere. The thing is that it used to just be called Identity Server, and the maintainers of it, they put it out for free to use. It's a way for you to have an entire identity server on your back end if you're managing roles yourselves, if you're managing identities yourselves, which in our application we are. So here's an example of just an ASP.NET Core, the stock in .NET 6. What would happen if you scaffolded a new project with identity, with individual accounts? It creates a database schema that inherits from API authorization DB context. If you're using WASM, blah, 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 blah. I added a couple of things, which actually don't need to be in this sample. But I did want it for updating my current .NET 6 projects to .NET 8 and not having to change my database. So here's what I did. I created a brand new .NET 8 web app with identity, with individual user individual accounts, and it scaffolded everything. I needed my roles to continue working with that pattern. And so to do that, I needed to add roles, add role manager, add role store, and it had to all be done before add entity framework stores. That was the only way I could get it to work correctly. So from here, just by adding these, I was able to at least use them in my or in a user manager when doing the actual login process. Here, because one of the things that our apps do, and this is just an example of one role that you must be a part of in order to log into one of those applications. So you must be in the user role that's prefixed by that application name, but this is just a regular role. This could be any string that you want to test against. So user manager dot is in role was not working at all until I did those steps in program.cs. The other thing that I think was missing was add authorization, but it might have been there. I can't fully remember. Yeah, I can definitely handle multiple roles. So I guess since we're here, let me just set up my database connection to that specific, to the one that I really wanted to test with this. So I'm going to do that in my cigarettes. Give me 20 seconds or more. And Fule Snabble is here. Hello, Fule. Schnabble. Snabble. Foot. Sit. Hi. What else might I be missing? You there, can you open up RMA Water, please? I can't see chat at them. Well, I can, I guess. Findle greets everyone. Napalm is here. Hello, Napalm. So what we're going to do in the end, once I add, oh, I can't show you that yet because I need to add the secrets and I pulled it over here. How about this? How about if I pull my secrets out over here and pull this back over here? Yeah. What we're going to try out is, let's just add a new page. And we'll call it auth other page. Oops. .cs. What I meant was auth other page.razor. Come on. Whatever. My secrets are open over here. I need the identity connection, and we are going to rename you to default connection. So connection strings. Pasta. Did you finish deleting? Good. Default connection. Let me make sure it's supposed to be default connection. Yeah, default connection. Okay, cool. All right, and that should be everything that I need from you. Okay. So off the other page, we're going to use attribute authorize roles user admin. Okay, so this is saying you have to be both a user and admin. You can't be one without the other in order to be able to see this page. Pretty sure. This is not an OR list. It might be an OR list. Let's find out what it is. Just to show you my secrets, these are my secrets that I just set up. Oh, you can't see them. Drat. So that is because of this cool little project called, or Visual Studio extension called NoDocs. Plug. It is created by our very own Thindle. And if you guys don't know Thindle, you should check him out. He is also a .NET developer working on modernizing .NET applications, doing some really cool stuff on his stream. He streams typically on Tuesdays, sometimes other days, but Tuesdays are pretty consistent. So definitely check him out. So that's NoDocs. If you present to people, if you stream, I strongly recommend manage extensions, look up NoDocs, and you'll find Don't Docs Yourself. Get that installed. It works in JSON files and XML files. Look at Duke Soft Spot being so helpful, even though he's either busy or just not here. Okay. So I just verified that my secrets were pointing to the database that I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and run the app. What else did I miss though? Napalm came in, said hello to everyone, then was just saying, what's that? Yeah, I read everything, right? I think I read everything. I will be honest though, I'm not really feeling the piggy bank. Me either. That probably should just be colorless, and that's why I'm saying we'll just create the graphics and then see what we can do from there. Okay, back to this though real quick. I'm acting like this is a Friday stream, but that's fine. No, that's not what you're doing. What you are doing is you're making this page routable, I mean this component routable, and putting it in the nav menu. There. And then we're going to hop into... No. I meant new. Yeah, I really don't like the file structure naming scheme that they decided to go with. I did prefer when they called this server and called this client by itself within this folder. Now it's just like solution name, and then the folder that contains the two-part server side stuff, client side stuff, and then the server side thing. And like, not very happy with that. I'll be renaming those pretty often. So I'm trying to make Tuesdays 100% consistent. Currently running manual acceptance testing on integrations. If they work, I can finally start doing something other than payment handling. C# Club. Napalm says, I'm in the throes of refactoring still. My colleague is going to kill me with 100 plus changes at a time. But hey, unit test pass. So, lols. I broke a thing. Unterminated literal strings. Where? Another, or authorizer page 162. Dude, where did that even come from? Insufficient system resources. So this is the problem with accessing a project on a network location. This is actually on a computer over there. So this is going to be pretty bad. Authorized attribute could not be found. Come on. Imports at using system ASP.NET Core authorization. So this is the namespace that the authorized attribute is in. They really should have had an alias to it in this namespace. I don't know. Are you good? Insufficient resources. So as you can see, I am still targeting .NET 6 for my database project because, again, that's my use case currently. My ASP.NET Core Identity database services 7 to 10 applications, so I don't want to change the framework of the database yet. I will, and I'll still do it in a versioned way. Dang it. This isn't going to work connected to network. I need to pull this locally. Pyrobius. Copy. Pyrobius. E drive? Nope, C drive on this computer. I actually have enough space on my C drive that I want to use that for most things on this computer. It's crazy. Yep. Oh, that's going to take a while to copy over. Okay, while we're waiting for that to copy over, I promise we'll get somewhere. Do you guys prefer separating authDB from app? I do. But again, that's because my identity store, which is in SQL, is done or is being used by multiple applications. So when I write code, I always assume that whatever database I create could be accessed from other applications. So all of my database projects, and I'll show you that, are typically their own solution. They're even in their own repo. C drive repos. Arme. Oh, and of course I don't have them all cloned, but here's two examples on this machine. I have the DDMS database, which all of my databases are comprised of database projects are comprised of the database project that only has the context and SQL scripts and seed and all of the setup for the database itself. And then all of the models are in their own project. And that way I could reference the models project from a client side and not have to worry about exposing any database things. So if I wanted to, I could use my models as my DTOs, which I kind of do. And then I create view models off of those for the stuff that I actually want to display in the server, in the UI. Weird kid. I ordered a pizza. I wasn't hungry. Pizza being delivered by pizza guy when he goes home in 2 hours. Now I'm hungry. Massive issue. So yeah, I think you're wanting us to ask you why do you need to wait for the pizza guy to go home in order to deliver your pizza? Is it someone that you know? Is it someone that lives with you? And that's why it's easier for them to deliver. And welcome back, Violet Dragon. Which is not the same as Purple Dragon, for those of you wondering. Okay, we're waiting on stuff. I don't know what we're waiting on. We're waiting on this to finish copying. It's done copying over. Just open it. So Max again, or sorry, Violet Dragon, we aren't going to be looking at that until we get to the point where we are integrating our new design into the app, but right now we're focused solely on doing the design process for the redesign process for the app. So that's going to be on the back burner for a while. Yeah, those are all in different locations now. Oh, no worries. I don't think I told you, or maybe you just weren't around to hear it when I said it. Maybe. Okay, are you going to work for us now? New. .NET Watch. Please open in this browser. So Snabble says to Thindle, I was at a place in Norway where a full pizza was 600, and I don't know the currency, what NOK stands for, but that's fine. You guys might. It wasn't particularly good or big. And then Thindle said to Snabble, why? Just why? I mean, beyond fast food being really expensive in Norway, I believe all restaurants are taxed as heck, right? 600 is about 60 bucks, give or take. Jeez. Maybe a bit more. It's Norwegian Korina. Korma? Korna? Oh. Guesses. We're gonna guess. Hi, Deflux. Alright. So here's my login for an account that is not admin. And it looks like it worked. Cool. So there I am. So then if I do the role authorized, you can, or role auth, you can see that I need to be both user and admin to get to this page. But is it just because roles aren't working yet? So this is just the authorized attribute by itself, I believe. No, client. Yeah, so just the authorized attribute only. So if I sign in with my admin account, that is both a user and an admin. Hopefully, my custom roles are working the way that they should. Nope. Okay, so my roles are currently not working either. In .NET 8. This does definitely work in my .NET 6 apps. Again, using Duende identity. But what I had to do with that one is create a profile RMA water. Open this. I'll show you what I had to do with that one. And this is one of the reasons that Thindle's extension is fantastic, because if I haven't opened this project on this computer in a really long time, but if my secrets were open in this solution, I said project, in this solution, they would show up on screen immediately, and I would have struggled to pull the window over or switch my screen to secrets before the thing opened when I realized, oh, this might be showing my secrets. But with his app, I don't care if it tries to show my secrets right away because they're masked. Like this even has my SendGrid keys, my ArcGIS keys. It's so good. Thank you for this, Thindle, by the way. I don't know if I've said that before, but thank you. Okay, so here is how I configure my roles on the client side. Claims Principal Factory. So I use an account claims principal factory that whenever we receive a claims principal from the cascading authentication state provider, we do the login and all that, and then we get a remote account back to our WASM side, I have to unpack or flatten out the roles. So each role exists. Is that flatten out? Probably combine. Each role exists as an individual claim. And I think... Oh no, it's the opposite way. Okay. What is it? I haven't had to touch this in a long time. It just works. Dillinger is here. Hello, Dillinger. It's been a while. I'll catch up on chat shortly. Essentially, I just transformed the roles into one role claim with the given role ID. So I don't know if I can really show that. And with the new way that roles are set up in Net 8, I don't know if I can show you in this project either. Because it's not like I can just look at this and get my jot to show the claims that we got in the jot. Yay, back in for front end. Yeah, I won't be able to show you the jot here, but in my .NET 6 versions, I would be able to. When code works, don't touch it. Yeah, I just, I know about the jot decoders. I just need to be able to get the jot. And in .NET 8, they use backend for front end, which means that they're essentially using cookies to manage sessions, even though it's stateless, to manage sessions between the front end code, the client code, and the back end code, so that all of the authorization and authentication stuff stays in the back end. And then you're essentially just sending a cookie that validates your session and says you are who you are, without needing to send the client credentials, the entire jot, to the front end. So that's where the roles aren't working here, because my claims principal doesn't have the roles in it. And so I think what I would need to do as a guess, and we're going to do this eventually, but I know you need the answer right now, lurking, watch me lurking. But what I think we need to do is modify what gets sent as part of the claim from the server if you're using your own hosted server for your login. So I'm pretty sure there was some persistent validation or persistent authentication state that TBD saw earlier. We kind of looked at a little bit together. I'm looking for program.cs. So there's the one on the server called persisting server authentication state provider. And I think in here somewhere is where you add the roles. And then on the client side, you get persistent authentication state provider. And this is where you can transform that into your roles, where you get new claim types, role claim. And then you add all of the roles for that user. And then it would work. I'm pretty sure that this is what it would be. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to name. User info doesn't have a name. So So we're already going to try modifying what the server gives back. So let's go back into this. Oh, interesting. So it's up here. Wow, this is a very different way. And so this was kind of a complaint that TBD had earlier on his stream, where it's like, you're kind of increasing the barrier to entry by quite a bit. He said that one of his main gripes, yeah, we'll use username. One of his main gripes was that there's a whole bunch of people saying Blazor's great, use Blazor, you get to use HTML and CSS and then C# in the browser, and that's awesome, and I'm still all for that. Then he was like, the issue happens to be that when he does that, he's using Auth0 for his authentication stuff. Oh, you're not allowed to be null? How are these other two not complaining then? Oh. They're doing null. Whatever. We'll just do it like this. It'll be fine. They're just making it difficult for you to have your identity implementation and just port your app over to Blazor. And I think it's supposed to be easy if you use the templated project that they give you and then you just modify the things that they tell you to modify. But again, how do I do that? How do I provide the roles during this on persisting async? Because one of the things that we need in order to use the authorize attribute is a claims principal in the client side. And so that's what this thing here, and you know what? I don't want to design. I want to do the design today. But what I think we could do, and actually we'll just make it a list of string. But we can do roles equals new. I'm just going to do list of string for now. And we're going to generate property roles. But like, now that I have this thought, since we're just putting everything that we want to send to the client in order to reconstruct the claim, we'll just do a new list so that it doesn't complain about being null. May as well make it required like everything else. Anyway, since we are reconstructing the claims principal here, oh man. Why do you have to be an array? I can't use the collection initialization syntax. I have a bad feeling about this. Why not? It's gonna tell me to. I know, we can get rid of these. Then claims.add range reserve.roles select. Yeah, thank you, Copilot. That's exactly what I was wanting. Big Gamey's here. Hello, Big Gamey. Did you already beat me too? Okay, cool. Shout out to Big Gamey. He is a game developer working on a game called Homeward Hound, where you play as a dog. It's inspired by I Am a Dog, or Dog's Life. One of those. One of those classic PlayStation games, or was it PlayStation? You're gonna have to correct me on all these. But anyway, Bit Gamey. Bit Gamey. If you're not following him, definitely give him a follow. It's a great time over on his stream. He's a great person to hang out with. Amazing, wonderful. Let's get a clip. Bit Gamey. Bang.
22%. It's getting there slowly. Very slowly, but surely.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Gotta put that in.
He got caught off guard with his trigger, with his voice trigger. That's awesome. So he has over 100 command triggers in his stream. It's awesome. So inspired by A Dog's Life. It used to be called I Am a Dog before Homeward Hound. Confusing, I know. But good to see you. Good to see you as well. Let me catch up on all the chat that I missed. So Deflux was saying... no. Maybe. I was close. Hey, hey. Oh, Krona. Then Deflux said I was close. And Schnabel said, well, I was hungry and it was there. What? Like the Swedish one, but Norwegian and worth a bit more. NOK and SEK are roughly the same these days. And Thindle said to Deflux, you are always spot on, you just missed a bit with the spelling. Odang 1 SEK is 1.02 NOK, so the Norwegian krona is actually worth less. That's a first. Doesn't happen very often, I take it. Deflux said to Thindle, always very consistent with my spelling being bad. Consistency is key. Nice. Thindle said, even if you spell it wrong, if you're right, you're still right. And then Snabble said to Thindle, been like that the last year? Then Thindle said to Snabble, I'll be honest, the exchange rate isn't something I look at every morning. I do. No, I don't. Then Dillinger came in and said, hello. Hi, Dillinger. We're doing great today. Thindle said, I may or may not have doxed the crap out of myself a few times before I made this extension. True. I did once. And then you told me that you had that extension the very next stream. I was like, I could have used this yesterday. Watch Me Lurking says, number one rule, when code works, don't touch it. That's when I was talking about not needing to adjust the claims principle and all that stuff. I think I found the answers from your existing code at claim area. I think I can wait for Friday stream. Yeah, we're going to figure it out now after I catch up on chat. Bit Gamey came in. Bit awesome. Bit amazing. Bit best bits of the internet. Yeah. Napalm said, speaking of games, beat Re-Village. I don't know Re-Village. Oh, Resident Evil Village. Friday was very good. Playing Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now it's very good so far too. Awesome. I used to play the Resident Evil games long time ago on PS1, but I never really got into them. They didn't stick with me as much as other RPGs or action RPGs. Okay, I would like to know if this just works. So this is adding all of the role claims the way that I was doing in the other app, so that in my claims principle, which is getting created here from that list of claims, we have all of the roles being added. So let's give it a shot. See what happens. I love them, but missed 4 through 6. So revisiting with remakes. Awesome. I liked, or I've heard so much about, I'm trying to relate. I've heard so much about Kingdom Hearts. And so there was one day when Epic gave away the entire Kingdom Hearts 1 1.5 to 2.5 for free. And so I was like, hey, I've always wanted to play it. And they're all the remakes too. So I played it and I really liked them. I don't know if that relates, but it's kind of the same. I also started playing Spyro a little bit. I didn't get very far. Spyro is still a hard game even in the remake. Is this the relaunched app or are we still waiting? Oh. I must have pushed build or something. Did I push build? Because that was a weird error. I did not push build. What is this error then? I'm using a preview version of .NET in my command line? Really? Is it .NET 9? No, it's .NET 8 preview. That's weird. Okay, roles authorized. Login as... Wait. I wanted to log in as not admin first. Login is not admin. It says denied. Yes. That's better. Okay. We're happy with access denied. So if I log out and log back in with my admin role, it should redirect me to home or off. And then go here. Dang it. Not quite the same. Unless my admin account is not also a user. All right. What if, man, I need to drop this one. Like, I want to keep going because it feels like we're really close to figuring this out, and it's something that I want to have figured out for our future streams, for when we start using our authentication stuff in our role-based authentication. Authorize view, and this is just authorized at all. Anyone. You're authenticated. But of course, you have to be a user in order to even get to this page. Then we want the authorized view that says, are you also a RMA admin? If you are, you're also an admin. Then we'll see that message. Okay, so that should mean that this user, or the other user, one of those users, access denied. That's really weird. Can we see at all the user that came back? No, because again, that gets stored in the cookie. Do I need to preserve log? Did that just clear my log? No, it didn't. Cool. Oh man. Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah. This just needs some more investigation and closer look to see how auth is set up in .NET 8. Because it was set up one way and then .NET 8 was like, we're going to change everything. And so TBD Gamer, once again, your gripe is valid. Hopefully it stabilizes in a standardized way where it's just going to be easier to do auth, especially client-side auth, which, like you were saying, is very common. It's not just something you are doing. Many people want to do this. Findle says, gonna hit the show, friends, but I'll be back ASAP. Hit the shower, probably, if you're still here. Cool. Enjoy it. Do your best. Same thing happened in my middleware. Messed up claims. I sincerely wish it wasn't. Yeah, me too. Like, at heart, I want to defend Blazor so hard because it's like, the reason that you're struggling so much with it is because it's different than anything that you've done before, but it's not that different. You've done Angular, which you're used to componentizing things and having reusable components that you can put anywhere else. So the concept of using Blazor itself is easy, but setting up the entire Blazor environment to include client-side identity stuff, that's where it's just like, you're making this too hard. But I assume, and again, this is me still somewhat defending Blazor, I assume that if I, brand new to Angular, was like, all right, I have this approach that I take to doing authentication and authorization in my Blazor apps, how am I supposed to do it in Angular? I'd get stuck and frustrated and be like, man, this is what's wrong with Angular. They don't have a straightforward, easy way for you to do authentication. I don't know. Napalm says, to be honest, I never had a problem with JavaScript after TypeScript, so SPAs to me just seem to be the path with least resistance. I agree. I hadn't done SPAs before Blazor, and with Blazor, it's like, yeah, this is the only thing I ever want to write as code. Put all of my UI in a Razor class library and put it in any kind of application I want. Desktop, mobile, web, all of the other ones. It'd be interesting, like I said before, to make our financial management app into a Tizen app and run it on a Samsung TV. Now that I have a Samsung TV, we might be able to try that. See if we can use some Alexa skills with it too. Snobble says, I remember in Ruby, the Stack Overflow recommended way to deal with certs was to turn off cert verification globally for the entire process. I think that would work. Oh, it can also do it on Android Watch. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. I totally appreciate Blazor, don't get me wrong, just for me it feels too little too late. I don't think it's too little for existing .NET developers that they aren't like the most skilled in JavaScript. Like most of us .NET developers that do HTML, CSS know some JavaScript. A lot of us got hooked on jQuery because that was part of the template when you were creating a new web app. But it was still just enough to get by, just enough to do all of those neat little UI tricks. Maybe a little bit of Ajax as well. But I will finish reading your comment. But I really do think that the C# community is really happy with being able to write C# to do UI interactions. Okay. I learned JavaScript, TypeScript, so it's not a big deal, in my honest opinion, but I went through that pain. Others have a different path. TBD Gamer said, I just think I'm a potato. You are not a potato. I venture past the end. You are far from potato, my friend. You have some amazing skills. And it is really good watching your streams, if I hadn't said that already. Pretty sure I have. TVD potato in the booth. Meaning C# folks that know C# hey, it empowers you to do more learning less-ish. I still don't get any of them. I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow you. I want this to be radial gradient, radial. I want you to be white, very transparent. Oh my, I can't click. And you two need to switch places. I'm so bad at this. I think the one on the right is supposed to be the outer edge, and the one on the left is supposed to be the middle. Or wait, that is how it is. Shh. Wait, no, it isn't. What? One on the right is the outermost edge, right? And the one on the left is the innermost. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, my brain. Right, and I want you to be quite a bit more, so that it's more glassy like this. Maybe not radial. Dang. Diamond works. And then I want you to be 0. Yeah, there we go. That's more what I'm looking for. Arigato momichi, which means that you can come in a bit more. I don't know, that's not doing what I want though. I was trying to go for a glass effect, okay? Okay. So maybe we just stick with solid color. Make it mostly transparent. And then give it a inner glow. 0, 0. Light. Biggie, biggie, biggie. Can't you see? Something. You'll see what I'm doing eventually. So Napalm says, sorry, distracted. I'm saying C# skills you might already have. You can take them to a web spa context without learning a crap ton of JS. True, yes. So you can do more by learning less, and I said less-ish because Blazor has its things too. Yeah, Blazor has a lot of things that you do have to learn. And Goku Jax is here. Hello, Goku Jax. Do you know a better approach for cache invalidation? I don't, because I haven't really played with that much, if at all. But if anyone does, please provide some input if you has. It'd be very much appreciated. Okay. Now I'm just sketching things out to make this go somewhere so we can get at least one thing done. This will be called the axes. This would be called the line. Lotted line. This is called background. Okay. So we want this plotted line to be in the positive color. And we do have some colors that we can use for positive. And then maybe our lines could be, I don't know what color. Some dark color. Maybe make them bigger, thicker. Four was not very thick, was it? There we go. And I don't know, for the sake of clutter, maybe we should add a couple of bars. More bars in more places. No. I don't know. Okay, so the whole point behind this is, again, I'm thinking of 3D-ifying it, where we take one of these. Oops. So for example, the line chart. Let's disconnect it. Disconnect. Wait, did you create a new variant when I paused it? Dude, can I have this, please? Can I have this? Okay, is it even possible for us to take a shape like this in Figma and 3D-ify it? So what I am wanting to do is perspective rotate this. And in Photoshop, you do that by clicking on the corner and holding Alt. I'm pretty sure it's Alt. Or free transform, choose perspective, click on a corner and pull it up, and then that rotates it around the y-axis. I don't think that's a thing. So instead, I'm just going to visually do it in my head, which is not going to work. I'm going to try. Content, group, stay center. No matter what I do, stay in the middle. Hear me? Oh, I can't do that. Right. I have to modify a shape to be able to do that. I can't modify a frame the way that I can modify a shape. That sucks. So what I actually need is another rectangle. And give this rectangle excuse me. Oh, I never disconnected you. Man, I've got the best aim ever. Right click, detach instance. Okay, just go all the way up here, please. Please. Okay, then we can right click, copy properties, right click, keep missing copy properties, right click, make that 101 on this PR. I just take it as you're excited about mixed reality. That's how I want to take that. I love mixed reality stuff. Okay, so now that means that the background of everything is on the rectangle, and the rectangle, I can modify the shape to now make it look like it is at an angle. Then we need to take the rest of the content and do the same with it. How am I going to do that? Because now I want to do it to the group, but I have to do it to each individual thing. So I have to do perspective on my own. And I can't. I'm not that smart. Like, I can definitely do it to this background. But the actual chart itself, not really. I mean, kind of. Okay, so you guys get the gist, right? Where it's like the content is actually off of the panel itself. The question is, does that even look good? So, excuse me, I have this. Nope, I sure can't. Oh, man, I am pushing all the wrong buttons. Somebody teach me how to use Figma, please. Are you not actually a component? You are a component. You're a component called landing page, right? Oh my, I can't anything. Help. Well, whatever. Copy. Paste here. My line chart. Here we go. Paste to replace. Paste to replace. This is not working. Why didn't that actually do anything? Line chart, copy, paste to replace. Why isn't that doing anything? Oh, because this is a component. Obviously. Control-Shift-R. So, yes, kind of. That almost did a thing. And I take this entire shape and rotate it. You know what? I'm starting to get Invader Zim vibes. Vanishing lines, man. Vanishing lines. This is why I'm not a designer. I can't picture these things the way that I want. It's got to be the purple and green mixture of colors. It's going to drive me crazy when it comes time to do this stuff. Yeah. I mean, you're already challenging yourself with doing custom auth. It's crazy. And then on top of that, Blazor, you're insane. I deleted something. But again, I mean, does this even look like a process that an actual designer would go through, or does it just look like I'm being very nitpicky and not actually getting anything done? Because that's how it feels. Like, is this what the design process feels like to a designer? Inquiring minds want to know. So if I give it a completely opaque or transparent inside, I do not get inner shadow at all. Interesting. Good to know. Ooh, what happens if I give these guys a drop shadow? Then it just looks tacky. Full-time designers are going to know how to use tools more effectively to get to their vision sooner. True. But like, how do they get to their vision at all? Like, do they even go to Figma, or do they have another process that they follow first? Because like, I mean, it seems obvious to me that the first thing that I should do is sketch, pencil and paper, sketch. But I don't even know how to get started with that. Because it's like the whole approach for me begins with thought. And I can't even think about what the landing page should have looked like to begin with. And so I needed some kind of visuals so that I could see this is what it could look like and then go from there. Yeah, this piggy bank is definitely just not good. All right, back to my original plan. I'm going with trying to just create some graphics for these things. We'll color them differently. If I design to do it on paper is random scribbles with arrows. Yeah, and I mean, I have done that. Whiteboard. I have done. Here was our original approach to doing the design for financial management when I was playing the role of just a functionality developer. I don't want to say functional developer because functional programming is completely different than what I mean when I intend. So this was, hello. Okay. This was the original approach for my, I'm just a dev that knows how to implement other people's designs really well. I can write some pretty cool functionality, make the app do exactly what you want it to do. I'm not a designer by trade, but I have some idea. And so I was able to write the sketch, or to draw out the sketches for this stuff. But I didn't do anything with the landing page. That was an afterthought. And then the forms themselves, when I turned them from sketches into the actual design, they looked okay-ish. So these are those sketches as actual design, Figma designs. There's still something so very lacking with them that makes them not look like professional application, especially consumer application. Like this might fly as a line of business application, but definitely not consumer. And so that's what this is intended to be. We are now actual designers. Okay, what is the name of this card? Taking Control. I do not remember the concept behind taking control. But in loot boxes and gambling, and it'll fly with consumers, I'm sure. Especially if the loot boxes are random chance. I just looked at Mobbin, and the first finance example I found was Faye. So I did use a mood board-ish app. I was using Dribble and found these designs, and we voted on we voted from a few of them and narrowed it down to essentially this one, which is kind of the pattern that I was following up here. But it's not mobile only. I kept this one around because it does have some of the concept that I like. But I don't know what Mobbin is. Is that another resource that I would probably benefit from using? Because I'm happy to use whatever. It's another one of those sites that you have to create an account in order to even search. I don't like that. Hello, Philin. I'm sure I asked you how to pronounce your name or what to use for your name, but I don't remember. I apologize. Yeah, the thing about most of these designs too, by the way, a lot of them that I've seen are the app in use. There are very few of them that are like, here's your landing hero page. Let's create a free account. Yeah, they're focused on use cases, but that's what you wanted from them, use cases. So yeah, maybe when we're moving into the actual data entry forms. Designer. Our role is currently designer. Where did you hear from about us? Oh, actually, I can't do educational though, because educational actually means within educational institution, most likely. But anyway, where did you hear about us? TBD Gamer. Who? Yeah, and these are all mobile design too. So, I mean, it's definitely going to help us when we're thinking about adapting these views to mobile, because we do have the smaller screen, smaller form factor width-wise, and then the mobile large screen, mobile small screen versions that we need to design as well. They have web at the top. Okay. I see. I see. Fine. Fine nail. Landing pages, guys. Give me some. Oh, actually, so these are like actual websites, what the actual websites look like. Interesting. So I was going to say, I know Wave. Filter, landing. Yeah, this looks like it has a lot of really helpful stuff in general. No, I don't want to copy it to my Figma. Marketing pages. Oh, they're called marketing pages. Okay. So another term for landing is marketing page. Let me note that down because I need that info. Cool. Noted. Man, so this is really what I was wanting. And I'm pretty terrible at this. One tagline, one subtitle, one graphic. Here's your intro to the app. Sleek, easy. You know it's a financial tracking application because that's what it's called. You know what to expect from financial tracking applications. So if you want to just get started, get started. So that is, there we go. We already have one idea from this that I didn't think of putting in immediately and upfront. So with this entire section here, which if you take me to the component, please, we can add an frame here. And this frame is going to be an, actually, we're going to make this a button. What am I thinking? Get started. And then it needs to be a button small. Do I have that on my button components yet? Dang it. I'll get back to that in a second. Small. Good. So if you look at that. Oh, we're in components. Okay, get started. Okay, get started. Okay, get started. Oh, what the tooting heck? Oh, toot. Is it not working? Did it dead? You were tooting earlier. Hey, tooting bot. You awake? No, don't start doing that. Random generating messages that aren't actually messages. Oops. Are you streaming today, Big Gamey, or are you out for a bit? Thank you. Is the archery game ready? Not available for release. Your replacement PC doesn't arrive till tomorrow, so I don't know the story, I guess. What is the story? Did your PC decide to just completely die? You're gonna let me do this without... Awesome, thank you. It's a long story involving trying to replace components that didn't work out so well, so I bought a new PC. This sounds like my fiasco with the video card, where I fried my power supply by trying to replace the video card in a way that I thought it was supposed to be replaced, but then just ended up breaking things. I shouldn't be allowed to do stuff like that, ever. Ever. Nice. Yes. Okay, so that works. But then if I have a get started, should I really have a login? Don't know. But my guess is that I also could put that in here. Yeah. Maybe a little bit further. Either further or put the lock a little bit closer. Yeah. And that probably should be a big button because we want to draw attention to it. Extra large. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. I was trying to figure out what's a good call to action button. Get started is always a good call to action. No. What? We need to spend some more. No, we don't need to anything. It would be nice if we spent some more time on Friday streams doing the actual bot remake, so that weird things like not being able to do archery after the first redeem, it seems. Or yeah, I don't know, maybe just the bot decided to disconnect from the redemption listening thing. I should check the logs eventually. Yes. One light. At. Okay, are you listening now, bot? People want to play. We would like to play. Shoot. 300%. Go. One. Point 5. Okay. It seems like it's back. Thindle says, I'm back, and I think I've managed to raise my core temperature by like 2 degrees from sitting in too hot shower. TPD Gamer said, I've just refused to get bogged down in the fun parts of streams at this point. It takes so much energy. It's true. It's so true. But at the same time, I mean, it's like I'm still able to write Blazor, even if I'm working on the bot, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. There, we'll go with that. No, perfectly temperatured shower. Sounds like you used too much hot water. What was I going to use for taking control? What do we use for taking control of finances? Take control of finances. That's like the piggy bank, essentially. How about this? How about stacking coins? Actually, I already have a coin. Oops. Except that that's not going to work for me, because bank robbery. Exactly. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh man, I wish I was good at this. I'm going to go with this. More bars in more places. Then, how does one go about making a stack of coins from rectangles? We draw a circle, flattened circle. The stroke. Actually, it probably shouldn't have even been rectangles at all. We'll call this 1 coin. And then we'll make the bottom fill bright gold edge. What did I do stroke? I said fill. Fill, buddy. Wait, I need the stroke still. Oh man, I'm good at this. I got this. Guys, I got this. There's no need to be concerned. I know what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing. And then no, stop that phone. You stop that. Okay, that's 1 coin. It looks terrible, but that's okay. We can fix this. We'll turn this into a component. That way, when I fix one, we'll fix all of them. Convert to component frame. Why can't I? Oh, dang it. Okay, 1 stack of coins. Stack 2. Stack 3. Stack 4. Somebody work with me. Robbery. If you don't like a cooked crawfish coming out, you're not doing it right. Oh, if you don't like a cooked crawfish coming out of the shower. If you don't look like a cooked crawfish coming out of the shower, you're doing it wrong. Okay. All right, cool. Get rid of the rectangles. Call you coin stacks. Center you. And then whatever the last one is, I think it's like the payment action. So this is going to be like a handshake or money transaction of some sort, or bank robbery, also for a payment action. But we're going to have to do that in the next stream, because that is the end of our stream today. Oh, no way. No way. Someone that I never get to see during the day is currently streaming. They're not developers. I apologize for that, but they are definitely amazing. He's doing a live stream walkthrough of the zoo. Oh, no way. Ah, this is going to be great. Guys, if you don't know Balint, aka Science Streams, yep, Vic Gamey knows. Definitely give him a check out. He streams usually late in the evening, my time.
I like your pants around your pants.
Don't ask me what that was. He is a partner, by the way, a Twitch partner. He had this big partner celebration thingy that happened where he was featured, billions and millions of people watching his stream all at the same time. I typically don't raid people that have like large amounts of viewers, and anything above like 50 is a large amount to me. But Balint is amazing. He's just so cool and hanging out with everyone all the time. So we're going to set up a raid for Science Streams. He normally does sciencey type stuff, if you couldn't tell by the name on his stream. So not programming, but he is just a very, very cool person, as I keep saying. So setting up the raid. Feel free to join me over there. I will be posting the VOD of this to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. Feel free to join me again on Wednesday. We will finish out, hopefully, the remaining graphics for these hero cards, and then we will design them so that they actually work, so that they look like things that we want on the hero page and work with the application. Again, check out TBD Gamer. He's streaming pretty much every day starting from 7.5 hours ago for a couple hours. Yeah. Check out all the good peoples. Xcoding, Thindle. Man, there's so many good people streaming right now that I want to lurk on all of them, but I only have 4 spaces without killing my computer. Okay, that's it for me though. Feel free to join our Discord, I guess, if you feel like it. Ciao for now. Here's some music. My face is gonna disappear.